Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
This is 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review-Journal.
The record-breaking heat this holiday weekend may continue throughout the week. Good morning, thanks for joining us on 7 at 7. I'm Lena Bleets. In weather, sponsored by Star Nursery, your garden's partner for every bloomin' thing. A record-setting weekend as Las Vegas hit 120 degrees on Sunday, beating the previous all-time record high of 117 degrees, and things continue to heat up as we look at the forecast. Today's high could reach up to 116 degrees with lows in the upper 80s. For the rest of the week, an excessive heat warning is in place at least through 11 p.m. Thursday, with warnings of heat-related danger and dehydration as the temperatures continue to climb. We begin with top stories sponsored by Nevada Hand's Silver Sky Assisted Living Community. Learn more at nevadahand.org. That's a look at body cam footage from an incident in late May. Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Officer Jennifer Williams broke a car window in order to rescue two small dogs who were left inside a hot van, tethered and struggling. This happened at an apartment complex near Lake Mead and Hollywood Boulevards. At the time of the rescue, police say it was nearly 110 degrees inside the van. The dogs were treated and taken to a shelter, but the investigation is ongoing. Two hit-and-run crashes leading into the holiday weekend on Friday leave 3 people dead and 2 suspects at large. In the first crash, a pedestrian putting gas in a truck was struck and killed on the 215 ramp westbound. The suspect is said to be in a red or maroon 2018 to 2020 Nissan Kick with front and/or right front and side damage. In the other crash, 2 men were killed after a white truck southbound on North Hollywood Boulevard crashed into a blue SUV. Anyone with information is urged to call Crime Stoppers at 702-385-5555. A 28-year-old woman who died from a hit and run is being remembered by family and friends who held a vigil. About 75 people gathered last Wednesday at Winterland Park to celebrate Alondra Rivera's life and to raise funds for her family. They say Rivera was a vibrant, popular businesswoman who was working toward having her own salon. The Clark County Coroner's Office identified Rivera as the woman found dead July 1st near the intersection of East Yuma Avenue and South Frank Street. Las Vegas police say a woman had been arguing with another person while she was on the hood of an SUV when the vehicle suddenly stopped and she fell off, hitting her head on the road. Officers say the driver fled the scene and no arrest has been made. President Joe Biden is set to travel to Vegas twice next week with speeches planned at the 115th NAACP National Convention and the Unidos U.S. Annual Conference. Biden's visits are part of a campaign to swing Texas and Nevada, the White House announced Sunday. He will first travel to Austin for the 60th anniversary of the 1964 Civil Rights Act and then head to Vegas.
Vegas Nation sponsored by Station Casinos STN Sports. Download the app today. Antonio Pierce pulled out all the stops during minicamp to make sure his players stayed engaged and learning, even using his diverse coaching staff to deliver different messages.
When you change up and you got a guy like Luke Stecker that comes in and got a lot of juice, a lot of energy, then you get James Craig and he's all wiry and it's like, goddamn. So you bounce the ball, then you got Cadillac and you got that southern draw, you slow it down. So now these guys are on their toes. It's not just sitting there and you get bored, right? Because at this time of the year, again, it's voluntary. So to see those guys in there and just to have that attention span was really critical for me. And obviously that's why I'm sitting there, because I want to make sure, we're getting it the right way.
In business news, just days before the Mirage is set to close its doors, the property is offering a chance for people to score a big win. The Mirage Progressive Finale Cash Giveaway promotion starts tomorrow with a total of $1.6 million, nearly $1.2 million in Progressive slot money, and $400,000 in Progressive table game cash. It must be dispersed before gaming operations cease. 6-figure guaranteed winnings will run July 9th through 13th and resume on July 16th before the hotel closes for good on July 17th. In your lifestyle news, new releases at the box office have families trading in the heat for a good movie. Review-Journal reporter Anaya Collins spoke to locals partaking in summer movie-going fun.
Summertime blockbusters like Inside Out 2 and Despicable Me 4 opening during the holiday is drawing locals around the valley to check out the biggest films on screen. We spoke to families at Sign Mark Theaters to get their reaction to the latest summer movies.
It's kind of like telling you what goes on when you're like a teenager.
Inside Out 2 is definitely more mature. There's definitely more complex emotions there. And I like how Joy learned from her mistakes of the first movie instead of just regressing.
Today's usage of streaming platforms makes it easier to view new movies from the comfort of your home. However, moviegoers gain more joy experiencing it with others.
I like being in the theater because it's louder. It's more like you feel like you're in there and you get to experience it with other people. Cartoons are always fun. It's good to hang out and just see kids enjoying themselves.
Now for your sports update, sponsored by PT's Taverns, your spot to watch all the sports action. With over 65 locations, there's a PT's near you. Visit ptstavern.com. Asia Wilson is now the franchise leader for the Aces in career points, and head coach Becky Hammond had some huge props for the 2018 first overall pick.
Her dominance, I mean, you could probably make an argument for both ends of the floor. I mean, just the greatest player to ever put on a Stars or Aces uniform.
Now for entertainment, sponsored by Arizona Charlie's, with live entertainment every weekend at both locations. Go to ArizonaCharlies.com to see who's playing. It's a wrap for one Las Vegas show that made its grand return to the Strip, only to close months later. The show's producer of Ivory Star Productions notified the company of the Jersey Boys finale in an email last Wednesday. In all, about 55 members of the cast and crew will be out of work. Jersey Boys ran at both the Venetian and Paris resorts from 2008 to 2016. The cast and crew were hoping audiences would return to see the production, but it appears the show did not bring in enough revenue to keep it going.
Sports betting brought to you by Las Vegas Paiute Tribal Smoke and Cigar Shop. The Copa America soccer tournament is starting to wind down as the stakes get higher. We're down to the final 4 teams with the semifinals starting Tuesday. Leading the way is Argentina, a -305 favorite on the 3-way line to win in their game against Canada at Station Casinos. Canada is +850 with the draw at +380. Now on Wednesday's matchup between Colombia and Uruguay, Uruguay has a slight edge at +175 on the 3-way line. Colombia is +195 and the draw is +185.
In Health, brought to you by Centerwell Senior Primary Care. Discover primary care focused on you. Some babies came into the world with a bang on Independence Day. Check out these adorable newborns that arrived at the Southern Hills Hospitals and Medical Center on the 4th of July. The nurses dressed them in patriotic red, white, and blue outfits with an American flag to mark the holiday and special occasion. You can say without a doubt that they were indeed the stars of the celebration. We want to send a big congrats to their families. Thanks for joining us on 7 at 7. Hit that subscribe button to get alerts when we post breaking news and our 7 at 7 newscast. We'll see you back here tonight for more 7 at 7.
Review Journal Studio, sponsored by Adam Kuttner. Get the maximum settlement as quickly as possible. This 7 at 7 update, sponsored by Pro Group Management. You're watching 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review Journal.